Stefan here, History Hustle, and I'm standing here in Cambodia's capital, Phnom Penh. And in this video, I'll talk about the two regimes that existed in Cambodia before the Khmer Rouge took over. The first one was the regime of Norodom Sihanouk, you see right behind me, the Kingdom of Cambodia. Sihanouk took all the power to himself, but the Cambodians allowed this. Basically because he was so popular. He was the man who managed the independence of Cambodia in 1953. Cold War was raging and Sihanouk had a policy of neutrality. But in 1963, he sympathized with North Vietnam because the United States of America had their agreements with Thailand and South Vietnam, which were old enemies of Cambodia. Sihanouk allowed the North Vietnamese army to let this Ho Chi Minh Trail through the country of Cambodia. The United States responded in 1969 by huge bombardments of Cambodian territory. Hundreds of thousands of Cambodians died. More and more protests against the Sihanouk government and criticism arose. There were basically two parties, hostile parties to the Sihanouk regime. The first one was the Khmer Rouge. These were communists which were supported by China and the North Vietnamese. The second one was a pro-American right-wing party led by Lon Nol. And Lon Nol managed to get power in 1970. With Lon Nol to power, the Khmer Republic was founded in 1970. But this republic was meant to go down from the start, partially because of internal power struggles and corruption, but mainly because of the external threat of the Khmer Rouge approaching the city of Phnom Penh. In January 1973, according to the Paris peace agreements, the military role of the United States in the Vietnam War was ended. In April that year, they did one final bombardment at the outskirts of Phnom Penh, driving away the Khmer Rouge, for now at least. Because with the United States out of the war, Lon Nol was alone. Horrible stories from refugees from Khmer Rouge areas entering Phnom Penh were spreaded. Stories about executions, forced labor. The Khmer Rouge occupied the shores of the Mekong River. Supplying the city became very, very hard now. Panic arose, partially from the stories, but also from the artillery fire getting inside the city. Beginning of April, General Lon Nol fled the country. On the 12th of April, the United States evacuated all their military personnel. And on the 17th of April, the Khmer Rouge took over Phnom Penh. Year zero had begun. The war was over, but something much, much worse was about to happen to the Cambodians.